What's up, everybody? Welcome to the D-Train and Juan-aconda show. I'm Juan-aconda.
And I'm D-Train.
How you guys doing? This is a show where two normal guys with two normal lives talk about all the crazy things that are going on in today's current reality. There's not a subject we're not afraid to touch or talk about, and we bring two unique perspectives where he's blue and I'm red, and together we make purple.
Yeah, it's actually pretty true on that one. I think I'm more influenced by the social media, and everything else, and I think my boy John here, he's the one that he went down the rabbit hole. So let's just kind of put it that way.
You still watch social media, and I walked away from it on May 1st, 2020. With my last post was, "You are all being deceived. I'm out of here," and I haven't been back.
Yeah, that sounds about right on that one. I guess I can consider myself a sheeple, but don't really give a shit. So,
well, and that's what brings the uniqueness to both sides of this. I consider myself a sheep herder, and you want to be the sheep. So I shall lead you down the rabbit holes of nonsense and information that we have come across over these last few years.
And I'll say one thing, social media has been pretty fun ever since the pandemic kind of hit in, because, I don't know, my Instagram is pretty fucking lit. There's no two ways around that. There's, like, a ridiculous amount of hilarious-ass memes.
What are you coming across?
Like a lot of... It's usually a lot of Karen stuff. I'm following some Karen shit, which is just... Okay. It's just pure gold on that one.
This Karen shit came out of nowhere, which is absolutely fucking hilarious. I do love your social media platform, by the way.
Well, yeah, because a lot of it's like tits and barbecuing and shit like that. So, like,
that's not why I like it.
But let me see if I can find something definitely pretty quality on that one. But
yeah, so there's Karen, and then what are they calling uptight white males now?
I think it's Ken.
Ken and Karen.
Ken and Karen on that one, and I think it was just because of that. Those people that had the AK-47s and outside of their mansions.
Oh, the protesters?
Yeah, the mansions and shit like that.
So I caught bits and pieces of that on the mainstream side, and I guess, did they end up dropping the charges against Ken and Karen?
I don't really quite know, actually. I think it was just a little bit of, I don't know, to be completely honest, what happened with that one.
Let's see. I'm pulling out my phone to pull up regular mainstream news. So the way that I stay up to speed and current with everything that's going on is I read most mainstream articles, headlines, and then I think the exact opposite, and that has worked very well for me. Let's see here. I hear this one's good, right? Portland protester catches tear gas canister with lacrosse stick and sends it back.
Damn, that's pretty impressive on that one.
That's awesome.
They're getting pretty crafty. I mean, I've seen a lot of leaf blowers, and they're able to, kind of blow out.
Question one. Like, who has the free time to,
right?
go protest?
Right.
B, who's got a surplus of shit and tools? Like, okay, lacrosse stick, I get it. Leaf blower, I get it. But, all this other stuff that's being, like, really, I've got $75 extra that I'm going to go spend on spray paint at the local Hobby Lobby because they're closed on Sundays, but they're open Saturday. I'm going to cruise to downtown Denver, and I'm going to spray paint the Capitol building. I'm not going to tear it down. I'm not going to set it on fire. I'm not going to go after any of those records or any of that information that's in there. But I'm going to deface public property.
You're going to tag that bitch up.
Boy, I wonder if anybody's behind this shit.
What I think is funny is all these people, they must be going to the Army surplus store, and they must be running out of shit to get all this, like, tactical gear and everything else to go weekend warrior. Weekend warriors used to be just, like, cruising around on the highways with your motorcycle. Now it's like hitting these fucking rallies and
okay,
like...
so obviously there's a whole lot more preppers out there than we've been let on to, or these people have been getting more money from the government for this COVID kickback, because my measly $1,200, of which I still haven't received, still haven't gotten, neither has my wife. I'm way behind on the bills. I don't know how these people can afford, A, the time to go down there and tear shit up, and B, the essential necessities and tools to thus there go tear things up. Let's see here. Like, yeah,
It's something else. Like, I mean, the Portland thing, like, I mean, I only see bits and pieces of it, but it's like 24/7. They're just, like, constantly just fucking things up and fencing themselves in And now I guess Trump is going to have the federal government come in or whatever it is.
He's having the feds come into Oregon and these other states where the protests are popping off.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So from a state aspect, right? State speaks to state. State doesn't like speaking to feds. Feds only deals with everything nationally. They don't like speaking state to state, right? We had Seattle went under occupied. A portion of Seattle went under occupation by these protesters. Yeah, they took that down.
I only know about the Portland one.
There's Portland, there's Seattle, there's one in New York, where these people are able to then go in and occupy a portion of the city while law enforcement and other means of assistance, ambulance, fire, any of the things that we have in our social construct are able to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, last time I checked, I can't get out of a fucking parking ticket. I can't get out of a fucking radar ticket. If you don't have tags on your fucking plates, you're getting lit up. You're getting points, right? But for some reason, these all-knowing authorities have allowed these independent, variables to come in and occupy portions of their city, and they're upset that the federal government wants to come in and shut it down. It's either they don't want to be embarrassed that they're not able to control the people in their city and they don't want the federal government to come in, or they're being paid to allow these people to occupy portions of their city and they don't want the federal government to come in.
Well, I don't know. What I wonder is how these people taking shits, how these people eating. That's what I do want to know. Because that porta potty, we went to festivals.
Okay,
and by the fourth day,
who's delivering the porta potty?
Yeah.
Who's paying for the porta potty? And of all these city buildings that are down there, how many of them are open? And they should be open for either anyone to use any restroom at any point in time, thanks to the prior administration. So, good question. Where are these people going to the bathroom? Because we see them defacing public property with spray paint and bricks that were delivered by an Acme Brick Company, which is owned by Berkshire Hathaway. That's not a coincidence at all. People show up downtown to protest because, black people are being killed by police officers systemically, right? Oh, we got everybody to go home with the coronavirus and buy extra toilet paper, right? And people complied. We had issues with the mask. We had, businesses that didn't want to close because they have to keep open to maintain their rent and all these other things. And, it went fairly smoothly for the most part. And then right in the middle of this whole corona thing, what happens? Oh shit, we got a black guy that's killed by a police officer in middle America. So we're replaying Trayvon Martin, we're replaying all of this systematic racial violence between law enforcement and the African American community in the middle of a pandemic. And then what comes out of nowhere? Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Well, all I know
Are you against either one of those?
Yes, and the reason I'm against them is because who funds them and founded them? George Soros is the funder and founder of Black Lives Matter and Antifa, a Nazi European billionaire who has toppled world economies. He's toppled economies in different parts of the world, but the flick of his fingers is funding Black Lives Matter and Antifa.
Black Lives Matter is a fucking hashtag. It's a rise of the people that are getting out there, and they're saying that they're against a lot.
No, it's not. It is a fully funded non-profit organization. Black Lives Matter is not a hashtag that just organically started, brother. Black Lives Matter is a non-profit organization.
And funding what? Funding the people?
Yeah, funding the division, buddy.
Funding the division.
Yeah, and the division between black and white, right? Because when you and I went to school, what did they teach us? Once a year, what did they have? Black History Month.
Oh yeah, that's
what
on my birthday
What did
month.
they teach us during Black History Month?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I went to a Catholic school, so it was a little bit different.
So they taught us that white people owned slaves, and we beat the crap out of them, and we hung them, we lynched them, and we did all these horrible things, right?
Yes.
That's what the education system informed us upon when we went to school, and it's the same story up until today.
Yeah.
Okay, why, with all the knowledge, information, and technology that we have today, why are they not just sitting down and telling people the only difference between the two of you is how much natural sunscreen you have in your skin called melanin? That's what it is. It's called melanin. You either have a lot of it or you have not a lot of it. That's the only difference. It's called melanin, right?
But
Now,
what are you getting at?
here's the interesting thing. The mainstream media isn't also telling you that melanin sells for $350 a gram on Google.
What the fuck does that have to do with Black Lives Matter?
And it has to do with the color of our skin and division, and people systematically thinking that you and I are separate because of the color of our skin, and racism exists and all this hatred exists. It's all fucking indoctrination and programming. When you get down to the bare bones of it, of which nobody wants to, because when you get down to what it is, when you strip away all the bullshit and you put yourself naked in front of the mirror of what the fuck you're being shown, it comes down to you wake up, you eat, you want safety, you want security, your physical body is your fucking avatar, it is your car for this earth experience, you chose everything fucking about it, and that's what makes you unique. And if we were all one fucking color, it'd be really fucking bland and boring, right? And if we all got along and we didn't fight over whether you were dark or light, or whether you experienced somebody being mean to you because you have more melanin or less melanin, see the ignorance in all of it?
Well, all right.
So Black Lives Matter is being funded to promote division, and at the same time that this shit kicks off, Hillary is being forced to testify against her crimes against humanity.
Okay, now you're starting to get off on a tangent here. Let's get back to the Black Lives Matter kind of deal on this one. All right, so neither one of us can say that we've ever really been quite targeted. You're white as fuck.
I agree with you.
For your race.
I've been completely targeted.
And I'm Latino, but pretty much fucking white. There's no two ways around that kind of shit on that one.
Son of a cop.
Son of a cop, yes. Okay. All right, so we can't really say as a black man, a Latino man, I mean, I'm kind of Latino, but kind of not, and, like, I mean, how we've ever been targeted by the police, by the people, by the society, by any of that kind of stuff. So these black people, they probably are. They probably have gotten fucked over by the cops. They probably have gotten fucked over by school. They probably all this kind of shit.
Such a manipulation that it has white people on their knees asking for forgiveness for being white.
It's
no.
I can't control that one. I mean, I don't really understand on that one, but, like, I mean, at the same time, it's just like, brother man's gotten fucked over several times. There's no two ways around that kind of shit. He has gotten fucked over, okay? Like, I mean, whether it was racial profiling of getting pulled over, or it could have been, who the fuck knows? All right, yet again, I can't really speak on that one, and I feel bad for homie. There's no two ways around that kind of shit.
You feel bad for homie, but
they've gotten fucked over sometimes.
You feel bad for homie, like, okay, let's talk about the homie that this shit all sparked off with. The guy that the police officer put his knee on his neck for too long.
He fucked up. Motherfucker fucked up.
Okay, what did they tell you about the dude that died?
What do you mean?
What has the media told you about the dude that's died?
In what sense? Motherfucker died. Like, I mean, he had a family. He had, you know, like, I mean, all this. I don't know. Like, I mean, I think he was passing off a counterfeit bill or some shit like that. But nonetheless,
funny,
like, I mean,
they don't give you any history about the individual that supposedly just got killed by the police officer.
They've already run through all that kind of shit, but it's been a while.
They don't tell you his political affiliations.
Oh, no.
No, they don't. They don't tell you his religious affiliations.
I think he was, I don't know, like Baptist or some shit like that.
They
Methodist,
don't tell you that Homeboy was a Freemason.
You really think George fucking Floyd was a Freemason?
They come in every color, every shape, and every size, both male and female.
But the fact is that this cop put his fucking knee on his neck. He could have put it on his goddamn back.
Here's the thing:
he didn't really fucking need to go that hardcore and that serious on that one.
All the things that we could be shown in the middle of going on in a corona pandemic, there somehow happens to be a camera right there, right at the right moment, to catch a white police officer with his knee on the neck of a black guy.
This is one of many times that they've caught this shit on camera. But we're living in a society where everyone has a goddamn phone, and they record shit all the time. Look at how this shit is framed. Look at how it's framed. Look at the shot that they do it on. That is a professional photographer. Anybody that I know that has a smartphone, most people aren't good at taking pictures unless it's holding it in front of their fucking face to take a selfie. Okay. Well, whether it was recorded or not, motherfucker died. Supposedly, dude. You really? Okay, yes, all right. Now you're going to say that. Here's the reason I question it. Because of all of the deaths that are currently happening from coronavirus, the fact that there are different states that have been caught manipulating data, that the mainstream has agreed that the information that has been out there, not all these people have died from corona, that they're marking it up. Now,
The same reason I say, where the fuck is Epstein's body? Where the fuck is a picture of Ghislaine Maxwell?
All right.
That's the reason I
there's
question
some secret behind the scenes
Kobe
shit going on there.
Bryant. Come on,
you know,
man.
like, I mean, all right. But the fact, hold on, what were we just talking about?
We're talking about
the
George
COVID.
Floyd.
No, the COVID numbers. The COVID
Yeah.
numbers. All right. So that, okay, I will understand, okay, because COVID and COVID deaths are probably two different things. So take it from me. I mean, if I smoke, okay? My lungs are fucked. There's no two ways around that one. And if all of a sudden I get coronavirus, chances are good it will take me out, but the underlying cause was because I've been a smoker for so fucking long. It's like putting the icing on the cake for a lot of people. They all had health issues. They're old, they're this or that. And then this is just like that little tipping point that's going to kill your ass kind of deal. And it's just like, yeah, there's a little bit more to it. Now, corona to corona people that just died of the corona, those numbers are probably pretty small. There's no two ways around that kind of shit.
0.26% of all the people who are affected end up dying from it.
That, okay, I will fully admit on that one, okay? But, nonetheless, people are popping off left and right, and corona can be the fucking tipping point of that.
Okay, right
There's
here.
no two ways around that
June
shit.
30th, 2020, ex-NFL star Larry Johnson claims George Floyd was sacrificed by Freemasons in a satanic group. If you don't know who George Floyd, or if you don't know who Larry Johnson is, and if you don't follow him on Twitter, are you on Twitter?
Let me see. Fuck no, I'm not on Twitter.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, you need to follow Larry Johnson. So Larry Johnson is an ex-professional athlete of which his career was shortened because he did not want to participate in the satanic games that they're playing with people's lives. It says here, former NFL star Larry Johnson has made a bizarre claim that the death of George Floyd was another sacrifice made by Freemasons and other satanic cults. After 9 seasons with the NFL, Johnson officially retired and found a new purpose in life. He's been quite obsessed with exposing professional athletes' alleged involvement in secret societies and satanic cults. Johnson's most recent claim involves the controversial death of Floyd after being pinned down by police with a knee on his neck. The NFL record holder linked the death of Minneapolis native to retired NBA player Steven Jackson's post about Freemasons. Now, here's what's interesting real quick before I go on with this article. Of all the places...
I have an NBA guy.
No, he's
NFL?
NFL. Right. Of all the places that this whole racial discrimination and division could kick off, why did they do it in Minneapolis?
Because it's the heart of middle America, I guess.
No, what is it called?
The breadbasket?
The Twin Cities.
Oh, well, Minnesota sucks either way. But
they
yeah,
call it the Twin Cities.
What are you getting at with the Twin Cities? What are you getting at?
It represents duality, good and evil, light and darkness.
It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's like there's a river between two fucking cities. Is that what you're saying? Why am I getting a basketball player? I'm getting a fucking basketball player.
Back to the article. Johnson suggested that Floyd was allegedly just a sacrifice of the group like Trayvon Martin, an African-American kid fatally shot by George Zimmerman in 2013. Quote, just like Trayvon Martin, y'all rioting and looting over another Freemason sacrifice to bring you closer to dying in the street, Johnson wrote. Apparently, Jackson vowed to follow the footsteps of his father, who claimed to be a member of the Freemasons. Following the devastating death of Floyd, it has been revealed that he and Jackson were good friends. This has led Johnson to formulate the bizarre theory that Jackson played a huge role in the death of Floyd because of his affiliation with the Freemasons. Shortly after tweeting the outrageous claim, Johnson followed up with an even more mind-blowing post. The former NFL star posted photos of trash cans which seemingly have to have a 666 graffiti on it. Why do you think, out of all the police brutality deaths, Trayvon Martin and George Floyd are the biggest protests nationwide?
Yeah.
America will not be honest with itself spiritually or financially, and it will cost the lives of the ignorant, is what Johnson wrote. Floyd's death in the hands of police officers following similar cases in recent years caused havoc among cities in the United States. People have been looting and rioting in the streets for...
We can see that. We all fucking see that on the media.
And
There's
here's
no
the thing is,
all right, where'd you find this article? Where'd you fucking... Who is this?
Sorry, I'll quote it.
Who is this?
It's a mainstream.
Are you sure it's MSN?
IBT or IB Times, International Business Times is who the article.
International Business Times.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Let's see. They have another.
I mean, it doesn't need to be Fox. It doesn't need to be, TMZ.
It's mainstream. It's got it's either it's Newsbreak and then it takes you to International Business Times. But it's
All right. I'm taking that with a grain of salt on that one. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I just don't see him being a fucking Freemason or whatever, and it was targeted and this and that. Like, I mean,
it's not about
I can't see that.
It wasn't that he was targeted. It's that they chose, of all the racism that happens everywhere in America all the time, that the media wants us to believe that, you know, all white people are killing black people and hanging over the trees and, you know, racist. That's what the media wants us to believe. That's what the news, the television, you know, the radio wants us to believe. There's all this racism going on, right? Of all of the racism and all of the people that are harmed and killed by police officers in all the days and all the nation, why him? Why Trayvon Martin? 330 million Americans, and the news could be telling us about anything. Why him? Why them? That's what you're not paying attention to. See, you're just going through your life like, oh, you know, let me tune into the daily news and see what happened today.
Yeah.
No, it's not how fucking shit works. This is all pre-planned, premeditated, pre-organized, pre-demonstrated. There is no, oops, this happened to happen. No, it's bullshit. When you have news stations across America and you have every person of every color in every nation in every city across America, and there happens to be this one officer that kills this one black guy, or like you mentioned, Trayvon Martin, right? There's these little bitty pieces of things that happen that the media grabs a hold of and then shoves down our throat continually. Why?
You know what? I don't know. I've seen a lot of shit on Facebook where it's just a homie recording his shit, getting pulled over by the man, and you know what? He's getting fucking harassed. He's black.
Now,
he's getting his ass is getting harassed. I've seen
hold on.
a number
I
of
agree
things
with
like
you.
that.
I agree
What
with
about
you.
the
I agree
people
with you.
that where
What?
he takes his kids to the pool, and a fucking Karen is just like, you don't live here, and he's just like, I got a key right here. That's
So
more and more of this.
What's influencing Karen? What's influencing Karen?
Her racist ass.
What made her think that way?
Her fucking growing up like that.
No. What does Karen consume?
Maybe, okay, all right.
What is influencing Karen's perception of black guy?
All right, so the media may actually do something like that.
Okay, and again,
but at the same time, a lot of times her racist ass was grown up with the racist society. Hell, my old man was racist as fuck. He still is. He's gotten worse in his old age.
And that's
he's
the
gotten
thing,
pretty goddamn bad.
our parents'
But I was
generation-
able to break away from that
because
and
you
have
know
my
it's
own thoughts.
And that's the thing is, you were able to break away.
Yeah,
from that
same
and
with
have
my
your own
sister.
thoughts. And your sister,
And my sister.
and myself.
Yes.
Right. But the majority of the people that are out there are believing the television that some black guy is going to do something to harm them, and because of fear, not ignorance, fear.
No, I think it's both.
You're ignorant when you don't go and research the information that is given to you.
And a lot of these motherfuckers are pretty
Fear.
ignorant at that.
People are living emotionally. The news isn't fact-based, it's opinion-based to
That's
get
true.
you think emotionally.
That is true. It's one-sided. It's one-sided, and they're
emotion-
projecting what they fucking think. That I will
They're
get.
projecting what they think because emotion is a vibration. And if you're in a high vibrational state of joy, happiness, bliss, nothing to worry about, right? You're living your old best life. The media, they don't promote that. They don't promote joy. They don't promote happiness. They don't promote unity. They're not talking about the next great invention or this 12-year-old kid that figured out how to do this or solve that problem. That's all exists, but the media is not talking about it. Why? That's what people need to think about is why does this box that has the ability to give me information from anywhere in the world keep giving me garbage, keep giving me negativity, keep giving me division, keep giving me hate, keep giving me fear, keep giving me worry, keep giving me doubts? Why does this thing keep making me go into a low vibrational state? Why does the TV come in here and tell me, holy fuck, you're in the best place you could ever be of all the places in all of the universe that exists right now. You are conscious, awake, and breathing.
YouTube, see, this is when he gets in his metaphysical stage. So I'm just giving you a little heads up. This is the start of many. This is the start of many fucking times. He's gonna be talking about vibrational and like on all this shit. I somewhat agree. I get what he's kind of getting at on this
Nikola
one.
Tesla.
But Nikola Tesla is a pretty.
Tesla.
They're coming out with a movie of that one. I want to see that shit. I want to see that.
Okay, and that's a whole nother subject.
Whatever. Yeah.
So Nikola Tesla is quoted as saying, the universe that we live in is energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, science has developed the tools for us to measure different parts and aspects of the universe that we live in, and science has come to the conclusion that there is more nothing than there is of anything. That of all the matter that exists in the universe, that there's more antimatter than there is matter. That this table that we're sitting at, that I'm knocking on, isn't solid. You're not here, I'm not here. None of this is actually taking place. That's the mind warping shit. That why are we dragged so, why is our energetic focus of us being alive and breathing and walking and talking and enjoying life, all our energetic focus being all drawn into one pinpoint focus nationwide? That's
Are we back on MSM?
We're back.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because
you kind of did a loop there, so I wasn't too sure.
We're
I'm just like, we're talking about the energy of the world and all that, antimatter and all that shit. All right, now we're back to mainstream media.
The news wants to lower our vibration.
Okay.
They don't tell you about the good. They give you maybe on Sunday morning news. They might give you a little. Here's a little sugar. That's something sweet for you.
America, I love CBS Sunday Morning News, and a lot of it's just kind of like trash shit. But whatever, you know, it is good. It's good, but it shows people doing good shit for other good people.
So of all
just don't be a shitty person.
No, so of all the days in the week, of all the newscasts, of all the news information flowing constantly, 24 hours a day, no breaks in fucking information, why do they only carve out 1 hour on Sunday in the morning for that little bit of good information?
It's an hour and a half, first off, and second of all, like, I mean,
I can't stand Jane Pauley.
I can't stand Jane Pauley. I hate that bitch. And she always wears scarves. She always wears her fucking scarves. Yeah, she's got that waddle. She's got that old fucking neck on that one. No, I can't stand that bitch. No, because it's different people talking about completely different things. Like, I mean, today it was about a restaurateur and how he wants to get people back to work, and you know, all this out of unemployed people and everything. So there was another story about, you know, someone that was helping this little old lady, and it was nice.
Okay,
you know, like,
so
I mean,
that's all out there.
There's good things and bad things in this fucking thing.
There's good and bad.
Yeah.
It all depends on your perception, right?
Yeah.
But there's more good than there is bad. Okay, because if
in this world,
yeah,
I fucking hope so.
Well, yes,
yeah,
because if there wasn't, you wouldn't be able to leave your house.
Yeah, but just fucking riots and hell.
But the media, the television box that we all tune into, that is limited to these sources of the information you have to trust, isn't telling you about all the good shit that happened today, ever. Oh my God, there was an accident and 6 people were ejected from their car. Yeah. That's about standard. But we don't need to hear about it. And here's another thing is, like, for example, in Denver, why do they talk about non-consequential stories that happen in different parts of America to different individuals that are purely negative? They don't talk about, they could fill that time with, this is what happened in Colorado today. This is what happened in Wyoming today. Here's what we achieved as humanity today.
Okay, well, you said it yourself. There's more good than bad, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, news is only on for a fucking few hours on that one. Well, okay, you got your morning news. You got your midday
CNN.
news.
No, dude.
I don't watch. I don't have fucking cable. I'm not gonna fuck with CNN
but here's
and
the
shit
thing
like
is,
that.
Local Fox News is owned by the big
I know. I
megacorps.
get that. All right. I mean, I watch fucking Channel 7, and that's because I think Molly Hendrickson's kind of hot. But whatever. You know, that's beside the point. The thing is just like, they got their little time frame on that one, and they tell you about some good shit, but there's, you know, like good shit, bad shit. They can't tell you about all the good shit happening all the fucking time.
Why not?
I mean,
they'll tell you about all the bad shit that's happening all
that's
the time.
because that's like real, and it's just like you should probably worry about that kind of shit.
Why?
But
Wait.
This
Hold on,
someone,
right
no, someone that is walking a little old lady across the street.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
But why not?
Because
why
it's just
are
like,
you more worried
that's
about somebody jacking you and taking something from you or physically harming you?
Okay, someone just robbed this house. Someone just fucking broke into a bunch of cars in that street, and it's just like, oh shit. All right, it's a good thing I don't fucking live there on that one. But these people that do live there.
Hold on. At the same time that all these cars got broken into, all of these cars all have insurance on them, and it's all going to be taken care of, just like the hailstorms.
Yeah.
So all of their little bit of problem, that is their problem in their community, is now your fear.
Okay, now what I will say this is, everyone loves a train wreck. Everyone loves to watch a fucking train wreck on that one, whether that's Jersey Shore or shit that's popping off. So I think it's maybe. All right, I'll give you a little benefit of the doubt.
People love sensationalism and drama.
That's what it is. Right? I think that's what it is. Everyone loves that kind of shit. So maybe that is what the fucking media does. That kind of shit.
Why?
It's because it's like, ooh, what? Okay, damn, that's fucked up.
You say everybody loves that shit, but Disney's built an empire off of fucking happy endings.
Okay.
So
is porn.
Yeah, and Disney was one of the founders in porn also, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole. And same with fucking Homeboy, fucking Playboy magazine.
Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner was one of the first people in America to record Hollywood icons and politicians having sex with underage girls in the Playboy Mansion. They've completely torn down the Playboy Mansion. And they're not telling you.
I did see something about that.
Yeah, they got all the videos. They got everything. Hugh Hefner happened to die of cancer. You know, he's like a Jeffrey Epstein. But we're getting off track here.
Yeah, we are getting off track. Because I got power for fucking Hugh Hefner because he put some hotties in the limelight.
For Hugh Hefner, I can.
All right. Him as a person, I don't fucking know on that one. But you know what? Thanks to him.
Remember Brooke Shields?
Yeah.
She married fucking tennis guy Andre Agassi.
Yeah, he was a meth head.
It was crazy that they featured Brooke Shields at the age of 11 years old, topless, in Playboy magazine. They gave her a whole centerfold and everything. We want to talk about how upstanding.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yes. You want me to pull it up for you?
I don't really know.
Do you want to see what Brooke Shields looked like without
not
boobs?
Really, because I never.
She looks the exact same, just really young and without boobs. And the fact that Hugh Hefner put that into a national magazine that was handed to adult politicians and business owners across America in the 1970s. We want to think that the media is okay.
All right, we're gonna say pedophilia and all that kind of shit for another podcast on that one.
We will,
because that's a whole can of worms on that one.
Trust me.
And for the most part, I'll probably be 99% with you on this kind of crazy shit because that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right.
No.
All right, let's switch it over to a different topic. What else we got? What else?
You want to talk about space? You want to talk about technology?
Oh, hey, yeah. The command fleet, space fleet thing.
Space Force.
Yeah, what the fuck is that all about?
Okay,
I only get bits and pieces, and I know it's here. We're in Colorado.
We're in Colorado. We only do get bits and pieces through the mainstream media. They've already made a spin-off show making fun of the idea.
That shit's fun. I've only seen a couple episodes. This shit's pretty funny. It's pretty fucking funny.
I do want to see it.
Yeah.
I think Steve Carell's funny. However, I veer away from most media and shows because I know too much and I just can't give them my energy anymore. But aside from that, Space Force is going to be moving here to Colorado.
I thought it's already here.
Well, it is the original Space Force before it became the 6th Division of the United States military. Was Space Command. Space Command is here in southern Colorado, down Colorado Springs. I think it's one of the Air Force bases down there. I don't remember which one. But that is now an entire segment of it's its own military branch. It is fully funded. They are going to be setting up and establishing more businesses here in Colorado, geared towards space flight or whatever.
So, do we think that there's going to be like an Independence Day where these fucking aliens are going to come down and start attacking us? Is that what it is?
I'm glad you brought that up because like you said, I'm the rabbit hole guy. I'm the conspiracy theory guy. I'm the one that says there are no coincidences.
A side note, there is something out there. There's no two ways around that. You got to be fucking ignorant, naive if you don't think there's other forms, other planets with people or alien, whatever. You got to be pretty fucking stupid. We have one solar system. There's zillions of fucking solar. We don't know how big fucking space is, but you know what? Some bitch is probably pretty big. Yes, continue.
So, based off of this new funding, because here's what it comes down to. It's now something that is real and tangible in our reality because it's been legislated, and with legislation comes funding. And what funding does is we use money as an energy exchange, and when the government, the group that represents us, makes an agreement or writes the legislation to then begin funding it, we are now using human energy source to create this subject.
Okay.
That's metaphysical and reality coming together in one. Now, here's what I think is really curious. I've been watching Ancient Aliens since season 1. I've watched every episode. I've read a bunch of the books from the people that are on there, from David Wilcock to, I always draw blanks because I'm dyslexic and I always mess up this guy's name. William Henry. I always call him Henry William, but William Henry. There's
William Shatner.
William Shatner.
No,
that's
I'm kidding.
a different show.
I'm kidding.
And then there's a few other folks on there. So I've not only did I watch the show on Friday nights, then I'd go and read the books, and then I'd do some more research, and I'd looked into the ESETI and MUFON and these different organizations. And speaking of MUFON, just a week ago, the head director of MUFON, which is America's oldest UFO research network. MUFON stands for Mutual UFO Network, right?
Okay.
It's this third party that basically goes out and investigates people who haven't had experiences with extraterrestrials or aliens or things of that sort, right?
Oh, that's fucking cool.
The founding director of MUFON was just arrested for soliciting a child.
God
Moving
damn it.
on. It's everywhere.
Fuck. All right. Yeah,
so back to the Space Force. Okay, so it's being funded. It's being expanded. Ronald Reagan at the United Nations in 1988 or 89 made a speech about where his biggest concern is what if we were, what if we globally we were attacked by aliens?
Yeah, I think I vaguely.
I
think I vaguely.
So that sort of started the Space Force project as what it is today, right?
Okay.
And so after World War II, and we went into the Cold War, and then we had the space race. Well, at the same time that we were going to the moon, we were launching space weapons and satellites up into outer space, and we've had global dominance over the entire planet from our side of it since then. Russia has had global dominance on their side of the planet since then, right?
Yeah.
And those are two different narratives we could discuss.
And we've
later.
also probably blasted so much goddamn trash into space
And
because we're
there's
human
actually
beings and we're shitty.
technologies.
Yeah, we're human beings and shitty. That's why. But
There's technologies that they're now creating to basically grapple. It basically shoots out this little belt, and it grabs whatever it is and then descends it back to Earth. So we're starting to take space trash out now.
And so now we're just gonna invade. We're just gonna take that space trash and put it in our fucking oceans.
Exactly. right in that. They're gonna land it on that giant island of trash in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
We've got it all worked out.
Fuck the sea turtles. Okay.
What are sea turtles? Right? So,
all right.
Back to Ancient Aliens. I've seen every episode. I've read a bunch of the authors.
I've seen a
researched
couple.
the UFO
It's just not my
subject.
thing, but it's cool.
I've gone down the rabbit holes to where people say that aliens are demons, and or they're fallen angels, or it's the Anunnaki, or it's this, or it's that, or it's so many different things, right? But the main focus of the information that we're always given, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's the military, whether it's Hollywood, is that aliens are bad and that we should fear them, and we don't have the technology to defend our planet.
See, I don't think so.
If they wanted to take us out, they would have done it.
I mean, if you think about it, we're probably compared to a lot of these planets or aliens or whatever. We're fucking in infancy stages. They're probably so advanced that it's probably amazing that what the shit that they could show us.
Now here's.
I mean, I could be wrong. Who the fuck knows?
Now here's where it steps into sort of that metaphysical rabbit hole. Here's the questions that I have about all this that's going on. Right? The mainstream media is now showing us images of craft.
Yeah.
Flat out.
I've seen a bunch of that. Yeah.
24 or 48 hours ago, Tucker Carlson came out on Fox News that night with an article from the New York Times. Yeah. They interviewed the Pentagon, and the Pentagon saying that they have a craft in their possession that is not from Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then also, even during this pandemic or whatever, what was it, March or April, where they're just hey, there are flying objects out there, and then obviously, it was a flash in the pan in the fucking media, and then it just went back to, all this other kind of shit.
So, we have some very revelating, amazing, powerful information that we are no longer alone in our universe, but everything around us has told us we always are.
Yeah,
the media will rip you apart and make you look like a fucking babbling idiot if you said you saw a little green man. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to 2020, we're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
The Russia scandal didn't work. The impeachment scandal didn't work. The fucking coronavirus didn't work. The racism hasn't worked. The alien distraction. We have so much going on all at the same time that if you had no idea what the hell was going on, you'd think we were living in an insane asylum as a free species, right?
Yeah.
So, with all of the global corruption, all of the crimes against humanity, all of the misinformation, all of the misleading information, all of this that's going on, the only possible way that they could sweep this under the rug globally is either with an alien invasion a fake alien invasion or an alien leaving the planet.
Well, see, ever since this pandemic started, like, actually, ever since 2020 started, you know, there, like I said, the memes are fucking lit. I love that. So I feel like August is the month to showcase, to put in the limelight some fucking alien shit. So let's see what happens with that one.
I don't disagree with you. Now,
Every month it's fucking something.
Well, and that's the next stage, right? And based off of your suspicions, I can then line up people who helped develop the technologies that we have now, like the SR-71 Blackbird, the stealth flights that we have. The founders of Boeing, who built that technology, is quoted as saying, "We now have the technology to take E.T. home." And this was in the 1980s, after the movie E.T. came out.
I mean, that's cute, but I don't think we have the fucking proper aircrafts and everything else compared to what you can see out there. Like,
yes, we do.
They probably have some way cooler shit. They do.
They have some really cool shit,
Yeah.
but here's the thing that you're not thinking about. Is the founder of Boeing has been fully funded by our government to build, you know, craft for transporting people, protecting our nation, you know, defending ourselves from terrorists and all these bad guys, is quoted, and there's a picture of him in Boeing next to the planes, and his picture and his quote saying, "We now have the technology to take ET back home." In the 1980s. Now, why didn't the mainstream media, the information channel, grab a hold of this and make all of this so sensational? Unlike racism or what you are politically or what you are sexually or, you know, all these other things. Why hasn't the media grabbed this information to let us know that we have the technology, that we don't have to kill each other over black oil, that we can print our own fucking food from food replicators like Star Trek and nobody starves on this planet again?
No.
So the people that you go to for your source of information daily are the same people that aren't telling you about Jeffrey Epstein and all the pedophilia, that aren't telling you about all the amazing technology that we as society have paid for through our taxes. $22 trillion worth of the last report from the Pentagon that is missing. $22 trillion.
Yeah.
The last time they did a report about missing money was the day before 9/11. It was $2.3 trillion. And the next day, the fucking Twin Towers fall and the Pentagon gets hit, and the part of the Pentagon gets hit has all that documentation for the missing money. But that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, you're getting off on a tangent.
But here's the thing is, when I look at the information that is being presented to me, I immediately question all of it.
Yeah.
Who is it coming from? We have 7.5 billion people on this planet. Water is more abundant than anything else. It's 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen, and we're not using it for fuel.
That is
we're
true.
Still using,
that is fucking true.
We're still using archaic gas.
Yeah. Which is fucking up the planet.
It's not. Nuclear power
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Well, that's another subject.
We'll get to that one.
We'll get into that one.
I can,
the global warming shit and everything else. We'll set an episode for that one too.
All you gotta do is go out there and type into Google, why are the atmospheres on all the other planets in our solar system changing at the same time Earth is? And that debunks all of climate change. Are we littering? Yes. Could we do a better job? Completely. Have we fucked it up? Yes. Who's the #1 polluter on this planet? The United States military. When they come back into port, they dump everything into the ocean so they can reorder and repurchase it all again. Every tank, every plane, every bomb, everything is dumped into the ocean. They don't tell you that. The mainstream media doesn't tell you that. We need more funding for the military because we've got to protect ourselves from bad guys. Well, guess what? We've killed all the bad guys. That the only thing left that they can do is an alien invasion. The only way that they can get humanity on a global scale to tuck tail, run, cover, and ask for somebody to please save us from the bad guys. Save us. Send Jesus. Send somebody to save us.
Well, Jesus ain't gonna fucking help your ass. But do you honestly think if we will have some sort of alien invasion, do you think? I mean, I guess who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
Okay.
But
why would they create a video game called SimCity for us to play with, and then they make a fake alien invasion or an alien invasion a part of that game?
Because it's exciting. It's fun.
No. Why?
What do you mean?
Exactly.
SimCity, I don't know. It's fun. It's a fucking video game.
Of all the things we could create, of all the things we could make as a species, right? And let me tie you back. Let me tie this into how human consciousness works and how it's being manipulated. How you don't realize your full true power and potential, because if you did, none of these systems would exist. And that's their biggest fear. the ones who are in control, the ones who control the puppet strings of humanity, every human being on this planet, from every CEO and king and queen all the way down, the ones who are controlling everybody, don't want you and me to know our true potential and power, because if we did, we don't need them, right? So everything that's being presented to you is, what if you get into a car accident? Better have insurance. Oh, what if your basement gets flooded? Better have insurance.
Get on a tangent.
What if? No.
Where's the aliens? Bring down the fucking aliens. Where are you coming with this one? Full circle this shit.
Full circling. All of this shit is fear-based, right? So everything that you've been shown, or everything society's been shown, that aliens are bad and be afraid they could come in and blow us up and shoot us up.
I saw Mars Attacks.
Right? we see Mars, and that's got its own fucking rabbit holes in itself, right? But you see Mars Attacks.
Yeah. I get you. I've seen Independence Day. I've seen everything that the movies are going to fucking present to us and everything else. And those are just guesstimates, honestly.
With the current technologies that we know about as a public, as far as Operation Bluebeam, the VOG, Voice of God technology, our American government, or whoever government could be, can project images into our sky that look just like Jesus, look just like Mary, look just like a spacecraft, sound just like a spacecraft, move just like a spacecraft, do everything that a spacecraft does. But it's all holographic.
So you're saying that the next this what it's going to be is it's going to be a false alien attack. It's going to be projections in the sky. It's going to scare the shit out of the entire world. This is what you mentioned it once a long time ago. That
it wouldn't be hard to do.
Well, probably not.
It wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
Like, people believe
it's like a Batman symbol, but probably really fucking sick.
It was. They tested it before HD. They tested it right in front of everybody's eyes before they had HD video cameras and all that stuff.
Okay.
They did it in 9/11. Where the planes tore the buildings down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me just tell you. If you take an aluminum can and you fling the aluminum can at 250 miles an hour at a brick wall, what's going to happen to the aluminum can?
It's going to crush. Actually, it'll probably go through the brick wall at 250 miles an hour.
It won't.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
It won't.
No?
This aluminum can took down 2 buildings. Okay?
Now we're getting into 9/11, which there is some crazy conspiracy behind that shit. Yeah.
So the images of the jets that we were shown on television, all unanimously, all at the same time, all the same cameras, not all these different news stations with all these different angles. We never got that footage. Supposedly these aircraft that carry people smashed into these buildings and knocked them down. Well, if you do any bit of research, in the 1940s, a plane bigger than those, a military plane, ran into the Empire State Building.
I know. I've
didn't knock it down, didn't burn it down, didn't do any of that stuff, right? We know that jet fuel doesn't get hot enough to melt any of that stuff. So talking about Project Bluebeam, they tested on us in 2001 to see how we'd respond globally. We fell for it. It took 20 years for people to finally get to the bottom of the conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. We were attacked from within. And here's the thing. At the same time that the 9/11 towers fell, they have what's called random number generators that are different parts in the world. And this debunks that there's randomness in the world, that things are just random. They have what are called random number generators. And the way these things work, it's like a Plinko machine. And there's these balls that drop all at the same time. And some of the balls are red, some of the balls are blue. And, you can guess how many are going to be red, how many are going to be blue, right? Well, at the same time that the 9/11 towers were hit and everybody's attention on the planet was brought to that one thing, all of the number ball generators all moved to one side at exactly the same time. And they've also tested that if you sit down and you look at the random number generator and you pick that I want red, you, the observer, can pick more colors that you want than less.
What in the actual fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. And there's people.
Random number generator. This isn't a fucking lottery.
No.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's the thing. So Project Bluebeam, we have the technology to make things appear as they want them to appear to our human bodies, our eyes and our ears and our senses, right? But they don't want us to believe that everything in this universe is completely random, that this is the one place, that this is the only life that you get, this is the only shot that you have, and you know, whether you believe it or not, you're either going to go to heaven or hell, or you're going to go back to the abyss of goo, right?
Okay.
That's everything, those are the choices we've been given as humanity. But the mainstream media is not telling you that we have these technologies called random number generators, and we can now verify that human consciousness controls what we observe.
Okay, no. You got to explain this to me. So is it like some fucking machine that is putting out balls? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are you
basically,
talking about?
yeah, dude,
What are you fucking talking
A
about?
random number generator, so it's like a Plinko machine, right? It's got all those pins in it, right?
Where the fuck is this thing?
So they've got one here in the University of Colorado, or CU Boulder. They've got them at different universities in different parts of the world.
Oh,
Like,
so this is an actual fucking machine.
this is technology.
Okay.
Just like
All
the
right.
quantum, like the atomic clock, right?
Okay.
The world's most precise clock is housed here in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes,
Wow,
it's
that's
right
kinda
here,
cool.
and it's at the NOAA station, right?
No shit.
And so they also have these random number generators, and because you know, our question is as the observer, you know, is what I'm observing completely random, or is there some thing behind it making it do what it's supposed to do, right?
So you're staring at this machine, and you're just like, I want blue to come down. And blue's going to come
So
down?
there's balls that are dropping at the same time. So there's red balls and blue balls. They're both falling at the same time. They cycle through, and at the bottom there's this thing that counts how many go to the red side, how many go to the blue side, right?
Okay.
Or vice versa. One side's red, one side's blue, and they're white balls. And you can basically sit there and look at the ball and say, I want this one to go this way, this one to go this way. And from the observer point, balls are falling at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? So some are going to go to blue, some are going to go to red. But ultimately, if you think red while observing it, you will have more red balls than you will blue balls.
So you're saying you're putting mind control into that thing. You can control this fucking thing. Wow.
So,
All right, that's kind of cool.
you as the observer are able to control how many balls go in each one. It's not like I want 65 here and 35 there. It's not that precise.
You just
right?
got to think, and you can do it.
Right? So,
Yeah.
and this goes back to the, you know, false alien invasion, or what's the next huge human distraction that we're going to be pulled into to basically give our power over to somebody to save us.
I'll put 10 on fucking alien of some sort in August.
Right?
Yeah.
So, slowly but surely, the information that's coming out now is that aliens exist. We have video footage of, you know, aircraft from 2004, but that's the last time we caught one. You know, it's like, oh, we don't have any of this other shit to view or you know, or base it off of from there, right? And with the amount of information that I've received about, you know, or I've researched about random number generators, about there are no coincidences, right? Like, and we want to say that there are, because if there are no coincidences, how does this one person win the lottery, right?
Okay.
It's destiny. It's destiny.
I guess destiny, willpower, luck, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I mean, it's just like, I mean, hell, I've been trying to win the goddamn lottery, and of course I still have yet to win the lottery.
Right?
But, you
But
know.
we're all going to win the lottery here soon. We're all going to win the lottery, and that's what they don't want us to figure out. That's what they don't want us to realize.
What's the lottery? What are we winning?
Okay, it is, and this still ties into everything that we're talking about, right? Let's go to the old book, the Bible, right?
Oh, fuck.
I'm not digging into the religious aspect of it. I'm just talking about
Good.
the things.
I did 9 years of Catholic school. There's too many fucking holes in that sumbitch. But the one thing that you can actually say, it is factually, there was historical events at least.
Yes.
That you can at least say. There was a battle here. There was a Tower of Babel. Like, I mean,
Yes.
there's holes in all these goddamn stories, but that king was actually there, and that person was actually there.
Yes.
Jesus is a whole nother story. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
And
But
archaeology and science is finding more relics that tie the Bible back.
sure.
Back
That's at least one thing you can fucking say about the damn Bible.
Aside from that, the Bible is allegories and metaphors and stories.
And also, just don't be a shitty person. That's another thing the Bible is telling you.
golden
don't
rule.
be a shitty fucking person. Don't steal. Don't fuck.
Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, come on.
However, we're getting
Amen.
sidetracked with your aggression towards the kneeling in the Catholic Church. In the Bible, it says that everything that has been done in the dark will come out in the light.
Okay.
Okay. We live in a reality that is good and bad, duality, light
Sure.
and dark,
Sure.
right? We have been told that we're these itty bitty little humans, and you're either this color or this religion or this social demographic or or this poverty level or whatever. You've been told all these fucking misleading things.
Okay.
But what they haven't sat down and told us is we are eternal beings of light. having a physical experience on Earth. Now, it seems so far fucking fetched when you just say it like that and you have nothing to base it off of, right? Let me pull it all together. They want us to think that the aliens are going to invade us, or there's going to be some sort of extraterrestrial or outside attack that we're not expecting, so we can then give our power over to somebody to save us. That's the same story in every fucking book, in every fucking movie. There's always the hero to save the day, right? Here's what they're not telling us. We are the heroes of the story. They took reincarnation out of the Bible.
Which is fucked up. I actually do believe in reincarnation.
Yes. Now, okay, if you believe in reincarnation, which is an amazing thing, then this life that you're living in right now, you chose all of it.
See, that's one thing I don't think that.
But here's why you can't believe it.
I don't think you can choose it. I feel like it's just like,
you choose
hey, you died, and you can chill in a paradise or whatever, heaven, hell, I don't know, whatever the fuck. There's something bigger than all of us. There's no two ways around that. I feel like you get to chill there for a couple months, and then just like, all right, guess what? You get to go back to a different body, and you don't get to choose it. I feel like it's just like, here's a slot, here's the thing. It could be man, woman.
Here's where I
think that's
where I give you your power back. When God created everything, He gave you and me and everything that was created as ultimate free will.
Okay, yeah,
which means you decide, you make all the choices. No one else is a higher authority or a higher power than you. And it's hard to believe it because the world that we live in, you're born into this family or this neighborhood, you go to this school, and you either are getting a leg up into this university and getting launched off further, or you're having to struggle, right? These are all menial things. We have to come through this fake alien invasion. We have to come through the crimes against humanity, the crimes against children, for us to take our power back as humanity. Because when you go to sleep and you dream, where do you go?
That's a whole nother topic that we'll have to discuss, because like dreams, that is something that we gotta dive into. Like,
so let me give you an example.
Crazy. Like, dreams are fucking crazy.
Tesla talked about
so crazy
powering the world wirelessly.
Yeah.
Okay. Something powers the world besides the sun and besides the molten atomic core in the center, right? Right? Because we have life everywhere. Life is abundant.
Yeah.
There's no lack of life. And we want to think that it's all random, that there's no order. There's no order in all of this. And it's absolutely not true. There's an order to everything. Everything is perfectly in line with everything that's supposed to be going on. The only thing that isn't is your perception of what's taking place. And that's where people get screwed up with the reality that we're living in, is because the television media shows you images or pictures or videos, and that affects you vibrationally, which affects you emotionally. And emotions are vibration. Fear is an emotion. Love is an emotion. If you're in love, how do you feel? You're on cloud what?
You feel great.
You're on cloud 9.
Yeah.
And if you're in fear, you're what? You're paranoid, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're doubtful, right? Our energy as a species has been drawn down and hunkered down and brought down so low for so long that these things that I discuss with you, that I haven't changed my position on it. It's only expanded more and more and more. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
For us to take our power back, the only reason we die in these physical bodies is because somebody told us we do.
What?
That's...
You get hit by a fucking car, you can't control that shit.
If you get hit by a car, that's one thing, right? But the life in itself, right? When you die, if you believe in reincarnation, you don't die.
No.
Who you are leaves, right? Yeah. Tesla talked about powering the world as wirelessly, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think is driving Dan all day, every day? What do you think makes you work? What do you think makes you go?
The third energy drink that I just cracked open
helps, right? Helps the physical function, but we don't stop to think about what's wirelessly powering me, because no matter where I cut into you, scan you, dig in you, no matter where I look, you are not in there. Nowhere can you be found. and in anybody else. So where do we exist beyond this physical world, and why are we so caught up in our fucking meat suits? Because that's what it comes down to. Yeah, it feels real. It fucking hurts if you fall down. It hurts you break your leg. There's things that feel really good and really great. It's actually convincing, and people are so addicted to these things. They're so stuck on these things that when they die, they can't leave it behind, right? Or they're willing to die for something that they feel emotionally connected to, whether it's a rainbow flag or whatever else. People are willing to lay their lives down for how they feel emotionally, and that's all giving their power away. The fact that
I think standing up for yourself isn't giving your power away.
it's not standing up for yourself.
Well, you just talked about with
Why
the rainbow
would-
flag.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like,
Just
I'm
as
loud,
one
I'm proud,
example, and
everything else.
let's dig into that for 1 second.
Yeah.
What you want to do with any other human being in your own personal space, you are ultimately allowed to do that. The question is why has that choice been turned into a business? Why has it been turned into an agenda? Why has it been turned into something where if you don't agree with me, you're against me? And that's what it comes down to. If you don't agree,
that's a PC fucking world.
but that's the thing is, it's not the PC world that we're living in. It's what they want us to believe that we're living in. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, when you wash away all of the bullshit that we've experienced, all of the things that we are being presented, all of the information, whether it's Bat Boy and National Enquirer in 1992, right, to X-Files and the truth is out there, to finally them saying, okay, aliens are out there. You know, it's a soft introduction, right? But why is all this information incomplete? Why is it an opinion? Why is it an emotional, oh, I feel, or that could be too dangerous? We could lose society.
Because human nature is nothing but opinions.
It's not. Human.
How?
Hold on. You arrived here as energy, and you're driving this physical body. Okay.
Okay.
And I can show you. MIT has the video where at the moment of conception, the moment a sperm enters an egg, there is a spark of light.
Yeah.
Okay. When God created the heavens and earth, what did it? Let there be light.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Light is energy.
Okay.
Light is energy.
Yeah.
The absence of light is darkness.
Yes.
Okay. You are light, I am light. Our wireless light, of which we can't perceive with these two little human eyes, because we see less than 0.000000005% of all visible light.
Yeah.
We're blind.
Yeah.
We're blind.
Yes.
We're ignorant and we're blind.
Yeah. We can't see the light waves. We can't see any of that kind of shit unless we have to use some sort of technology to actually see the shit.
We build the equipment to measure it.
Yes.
For us to perceive it.
Yeah. I've seen those lines and shit like that.
When these quantum computers finally verify for humanity that you are an eternal being and cannot be killed or destroyed, and were created at the moment of creation and for ever and ever and ever, and can go and be anything anywhere you want beyond this human experience, well then, why would I want to steal from you? Why would I want to harm you? Why would I want to see anything bad come to you? Because to harm you is to harm myself. I am eternal light. You are eternal light. Everybody, even the dumbest fucking dipshit, asshole, piece of shit, backstab, Hillary Clinton, the devil herself, right? Even Shakespeare said it. We are all actors and actresses on a stage.
Yeah.
Right? But it's been so convincing that we forget, we've forgotten who we are. Our ancient relics have been destroyed through wars over black goo, right? But we want to believe that we gotta have this thing. We come into these lives, and the information that is imprinted upon us is from everybody else's experiences directly correlating to us.
Okay.
So, of course, our mothers and our fathers and our grandmothers and grandfathers
Families, all
aren't
that
going to
kind
come
of
in here and say, "Oh my God, you're back. You're back on Earth. You're here. This is the time. You have nothing to fear. You cannot die. You cannot be killed. You cannot be destroyed. You are here to live to your full potential of creation." And that's what they don't want. We literally, within the next 10 years, we will live in a world where there's music and art and creation and everything on every street corner. There is no more violence. There is no more killing. There is no more murder.
You honestly believe in 10 years we're going to live in a utopian fucking society?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Why?
I don't think we're going to see that in our fucking lifetime.
Here's why.
It can happen, but I don't think we're just going to see this in our lifetime.
When most of our information...
Our entire world needs to have a reset of some sort.
And it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, this is the conspiracy theory and the crazy fucker in you.
It is. Okay, we've printed up. We're $230 trillion in debt as a species.
Yeah, it's what paper.
To
it
who?
Doesn't mean shit.
But it does. If you can't... When God created everything...
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I want you to go out into that world. It is yours. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
You just come back and tell me everything you did. None of that's changed. But somehow, some way, some asshole got between you, me, and the fucking tree and said, we got to pay for that tree or we don't get any shade.
I know.
Something...
That's greed. It's fucking pure greed.
Something...
Greed and power.
We didn't know what greed was or power was.
Well, you know what? We fucking learned as a society to fucking greed and power this world.
Who or what imprinted that onto society? Because if you take a child with a blank slate, even though you've lived,
they don't know this shit. They
you've
don't know
lived
this
1,000
shit.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
And everything you've learned is it's every mistake you've made, every fucking way you've died, from rattlesnake bites to cholera on the Oregon Trail. Everything that you've ever experienced is interlocked and locked in your DNA. And quantum computers are going to be able to take your fucking 23andMe sample. Why do you think there's such a rush to get everybody's DNA?
I don't even know.
Because there's what's called Christ consciousness. The return of Christ, and Christ means the anointed one. That's all it means. His name was Yahshua. It wasn't Jesus Christ. It was Yahshua.
All right.
Christ means the anointed one. And the 33-degree Masons and the Illuminati, and the reason they call themselves the Illuminati is because they think they're the enlightened ones. They're the ones illuminated to the truth. And as long as they know the truth and the rest of us are running around fighting over what color we are or how much money we have or what kind of car we drive, they control the reality that we're living in.
All right, tangent. Why do they do the 23andMe thing? Why do they want our fucking DNA?
Why?
Tell us. Yeah, why do they want that? Are we going to clone each other?
Well, they've already cloned.
Well, no, I know that. But
Aside
like,
from
are we gonna fucking clone?
Well, you don't know what's in your DNA.
No.
And everything that the media and the mainstream has ever told us about the our DNA is that 99% of it is junk. 99% of your DNA is junk.
Meaning what?
Well, that's what they told us.
Oh.
Well, we don't know what to do with it. It's junk. Well, we don't know. But then fast forward a few years, into our current time frame, that 1 gram of human DNA holds all of the world's digital information. All of it. 1 gram of your junk DNA can hold all of the world's information on it. Right?
Meaning like what? That I could fucking... I don't know. Like, meaning what?
Every YouTube video, every Instagram post, every Facebook post from every human being ever created, all the way back to the time of digital information, can all be held in 1 gram of human DNA.
Oh, it's storage power. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So your DNA is storage power, but it's junk. What are they not telling us? Your DNA is junk. It's garbage. We don't know what to do with it. Oh, you're fat because of your DNA. You're bald because of your DNA. It's your genes. It's your genes. It's your genes. It's your genes.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it absolutely
I
fucking
did.
isn't.
I did a lot of drugs. That's why I got fucking bald. Plus my genetics.
Listen,
Deal with it.
you chose to be bald.
Oh yeah, right. Like I want to fucking be bald.
You do.
No, fuck no.
It,
I don't want to be goddamn bald. Let's get serious.
And that's a whole nother...
That's a whole other story on that
Your
one.
hair is
Yeah.
an extension of your physical body.
All right.
Okay? All of the ancients...
Wait a minute. You're saying that I chose all this shit with the reincarnation thing? Motherfucker, how many loops are we going to do in this goddamn podcast? How many fucking loops are we going to do on this shit? I know. God damn it.
Yeah, so, okay.
Jesus Christ,
This
man.
all comes back to you doubting who you are because of your physical experience and thinking that, why would I choose that? Why would I choose to be bald? Fabio has all this hair and he's buff and he's perfect. Why would I choose that? Why would I choose to be this color? Why would I be black in a world that's like this? God can't exist. Why would there be all this racism, right?
See, I just don't get... I don't think you get to choose. I honestly don't think
you were given
get to
ultimate
choose.
free will, and here's the reason you don't
That's
want
from start. That's from jump.
dude. Okay,
You got free will when you're born, but from there, like, I mean, when you come back with the reincarnation,
Yeah.
I don't think you get to choose.
Yeah.
I really don't think you get to choose.
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
do.
your soul, it can go in one of 4 slots. Take your pick. I feel like it's
Here's why
3 curtains. You get to choose 3 curtains,
And
then there you go. That's it.
Here's why you don't want to think you want to choose.
Why?
Because if you're the one that made the choice,
Yeah.
then guess who's responsible for everything? That's the hardest
But
part.
you mean to tell me if everyone had a choice, why the fuck would you want to be some homeless guy in Ethiopia? Why would you choose that? Why?
Exactly. Why would you choose the
When you could just be some fucking dude in, I don't know, some gorgeous man in France, some smoking hot chick in, I don't know, fucking in Russia. Like, I mean, come on.
Why would you choose all those things?
I don't know. Like, why? That's why I feel like it's truly, you got 3 curtains when you're coming back to this world. You got 3 curtains. Hopefully, you get a good one. Hopefully, there's a car behind that one.
The world that we live in is a representation of us internally, as above, so below, as within, as without. Right? Like I said, science can show us that none of this exists. None of this is here. None of it's happening. Right? The only reason we think that it's happening is because our physical bodies and our quantum computers are giving us feedback. That's the only reason we think that it's happening.
So you think you can actually choose to become because plants are alive, animals are alive,
everything.
We're alive.
Yep.
Okay, so you think you can choose to come back as a plant?
No.
Choose to come back as a dog?
Okay. Let's say you're playing Mario Brothers, right?
Yeah.
And it's the first time you're playing Mario on the original Nintendo, right? And you're playing it, and it's fucking great.
Oh, it's lit.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Nothing could ever be better than Mario, no matter what.
Yeah. Fast forward fucking 30 years later, and we got all sorts of cool shit now.
Thus is life, right? Think of it this way: life is life or Earth. Earth is a school. Think of it as a school, right? And if we take the letters of Earth and we move them around, it spells what? Heart. And we think with our hearts before we think with our brains. We think with our hearts, then we think with our stomachs, then we think with our brains. And science can validate that. Think of Earth as a school in reverse. Boy, do I want to go take hypothetical, theoretical physics my first year, or do I want to go be a rich guy on a yacht? You know what? I'm gonna go be a rich guy on a yacht. So you go live your life in this reality as the rich guy on the yacht, right? And during that life, you realize that, boy, money doesn't really mean much because it can't buy you solid friendships. It can only buy you things, and you can take none of those things with you, right? There's lessons in that life, right? It might seem ultra great and wonderful, but can I trust anybody, or is everybody after me just because of my money? Every woman I've ever been with has always left me, right? So what does it teach me about love? We come from this perspective that life and things are happening to us instead of, holy fuck, I chose this experience.
All right, so you're saying that, like, I mean, when we first get into this realm, this I don't know, the start of the reincarnation, we start from the top and we're like, damn, this shit's nice, but, you know, I want to learn more. And so you're going to slowly work your way down to the fucking bottom?
Well, it's not.
I would never want to do that. I would want to
Yeah,
stay.
you would. But here's the thing. It's you're just. I'm just giving you one example or a sliding scale.
I get it.
Right? You don't have to go all the way to the level of being the poor guy in Ethiopia with one leg, asking for a handout.
Yes.
Right. You don't have to be that. That might not be your lesson that you're here to learn. Right. In your past life, you know, like you died in every war except for any one that you're currently living. You died in all the previous wars. You drowned. You've fallen. You've had all these previous life experiences. Like, what's your biggest fear in this life? What's the one thing?
Life?
Yeah. What are you afraid of?
I don't know.
What was the thing that you were afraid of as a kid?
I don't know.
Clowns, snakes, spiders, drowning.
I guess so. Like, I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have to come back to me on that one. I can't think of like a fear off the top of my head. You know.
So, reincarnation, previous lives. You think that somebody else chooses for you? Bullshit. You said. So you and I chose to come into this life at the same time. Just like our wives, just like our mothers, our fathers, everybody in our family, everybody that you're gonna come in contact with, as random as it fucking seems, there is no randomness. There is no reason that you and I would have grown up in completely different neighborhoods with completely different backgrounds and completely different parents and completely different experiences, all to meet in this one little place. And for all of this shit to happen to you and to me through all this time, here we sit right now discussing the most important things on the fucking universe.
See, now, I feel like life is fucking random, but at the same time, lives can intertwine.
There's no randomness.
That's where I disagree. I feel like it is random.
If I can prove it to you, go to a forest. Go to a jungle. Go look at nature. Look at the reality that we live in.
That's because it's adapted.
It's not random.
How is it not random?
Fibonacci sequence. It's all perfect geometric shapes. All of it. It's not random. None of this is
What
random.
the fuck does a forest or a jungle have to do with that?
Okay, you think that the world is random, that it all is but, it just happened to happen, right? Well, as soon as you walk into nature, you realize that it's not random, that everything that's here all serves a purpose.
Well,
From the
also,
ants,
yeah, no, all of those fucking things started to become intertwined.
They've
adapted.
No,
they fucking adapted.
You can take an ant. No, I'm sorry. You can take an ant from the jungle in its little colony, and you can move it to the fucking suburbs in fucking Colorado.
And it's going to learn to adapt.
It will still do. It's what it's predetermined and programmed to do. Nothing random. It will never do anything random. An ant colony will do what an ant colony is supposed to do. Just like a mouse will do what a mouse is supposed to do.
That's adaptation for its surroundings.
It's not adaptation.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because you could take a snake and you can put it into a completely different environment, and what's the snake going to do?
It may die.
It may die if it doesn't have a food source.
Okay. But it may die because it may get eaten by fucking something bigger than its ass.
It might, but that's the thing, is it's not random. Like the circle of life. You can't say
but
that.
You taking that snake and putting it into something else, you just made it random.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you just made that fucking random. Because if you did not do that, then it would just be cruising along doing its thing. But
you didn't make it random
to make it fucking random.
You didn't make it random because you made the conscious choice to pick up the snake and move it into a different.
I did.
That
he didn't.
So what's the separation between you and the snake? Nothing.
I mean, I don't know.
That's exactly it. We and our physical bodies want to think that we're separate from the snake and the wall and the light bulb and the cloud and the tree, and that you and I are separate. We are absolutely fucking not. Our physical experiences give us the experience of separation and duality. However, when you leave this physical body, you are the forever eternal energy of perfectness, right? You come down here because you get bored knowing everything. Boy, I fucking know it all, and I'm really fucking bored. I would like to go be the homeless guy in Ethiopia because I want to sit on the outside and watch how society lives and see who will come and care for me, because I want that experience.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think you're kind of stretching on that one, motherfucker. But
that's the thing, you're only sticking it to the Earth experience, buddy. You're not thinking about, okay, that's just here on Earth. There's all these other planets. There's all these other solar systems.
That's true. That's actually true. There could be your reincarnated body be on planet Nebulania or whatever. Who the fuck knows?
Here's the even more thicker part of it, right? This is mind-warping shit. Not only are you here right now having this experience with me and we're having this conversation, there could be 1,000 other versions of your soul.
I know.
Fragments.
It's
not on Earth.
Different.
Not on Earth.
Yeah.
Different planets, different solar systems.
That's some shit that blows my mind.
So, okay,
like
that brings you back to, where do you go when you sleep? And of all these important things that we're talking about, none of that draws you back into, I'm either white, black, Hispanic, Catholic, Christian, Jewish, Muslim. These conversations that we're having wash away all of those foundational links of control that are holding us back. So when we have these discussions about, you're well beyond all the things that they told you, and it sounds so fucking amazing that it's unbelievable. But you know it to be true. Your analytical mind wants to say, that can't be possible. This is the way that it's always been, right? But it's retraining the brain. That's why the news and the media always gives us the same shit over and over and over and over again, because if it's the same shit, we're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Jane Pauley. It's Sunday morning. I'm gonna scratch my balls. I'm gonna watch the Sunday morning news.
I love me some TV. I'm sorry.
I'm not
there's no
dogging
two ways
it,
around
man.
that.
I love TV too.
And I love me some Family Feud. I mean, there are a lot of things that I love. I'm a simple man.
I was a couch potato. I shit you not.
I totally still
couch
am.
potato. I would love to be able to sit down and just watch TV, but I can't anymore, right? Because I know it's being influenced.
I know.
And that there is a tidal wave of darkness. Of, oh, we can all do this in the dark because you don't know what's going on. You think it's bad and evil, but us, the illuminated, the enlightened, the Illuminatis, we're doing it over here because we're the controllers. We're the ones pulling the puppet strings. We don't want you to know the true power that there is. And once you begin to explore what they know about metaphysics, about all of us being one, about the soul, about reincarnation, all the information that's been pulled out of the Bible, so it's been kept. Like, they only allow certain religions to come forth because it limits you. Like, religion in its etymology means to bind you. They limit this information, but now you can go and find books about the occult, books about what these people are doing, and they think that they've got this total control because they've got this deity that they can pray to that'll give them all this power. But the true power comes in us believing that there is no other way and that there is no other option because we've been limited to in our beliefs. Pretty deep shit.
That's pretty deep shit.
Pretty deep shit.
Pretty deep shit on that one.
To close it all out for today's show, when you start the subject,
you mentioned dreams, and you know what? I think our next show
will be all about dreams.
We'll start with dreams.
Yeah.
Because your tangent motherfucking ass is going to go all over the goddamn place. But nonetheless, we'll start with dreams. We'll start with dreams.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Juan-aconda.
And I'm D-Train.
And we'll get to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in and listening. And love you guys. Peace.
Peace.